Hello everybody, welcome back to Access Blockbusters. This is a quick reaction to the trailer for Loki Season 2, and I'm going to share my thoughts on it right now. Before we get any further, if you haven't subscribed to the Access Blockbusters YouTube channel, make sure to do so. Give this video a like and let me know in the comments down below what you think of Loki Season 2 and its trailer, and what you thought of Season 1 and whether or not you're excited for this new television show from Marvel. I know that they've been hit and miss in the past, especially with Secret Invasion just coming out, but I'm hoping that we can all get on board and get excited for Loki Season 2, even though there are some things there that we should talk about. And also something else of note, I was going to go back to the original podcast format where I record a podcast every week because Secret Invasion is now over and I have more time, but unfortunately I will be busy this week and so I won't be able to do that. So luckily Marvel decided to give us some content to talk about, and so this will be the only video likely coming out this week, but look forward to more podcasts and more editorials coming out in the near future. Stay tuned, subscribe, here we go. So for those of you who don't know and those of you who haven't been following my channel for very long, I was not a huge fan of Loki. I think that there are some episodes within Loki that are quite good. In fact, I think episodes 1 and 2 are perhaps some of the best writing in the MCU ever, period. That being said, there are also some episodes in Loki that I think are just terrible. I think episode 3, Lamentis, is one of the worst, if not the single worst episode of Disney Plus television ever. And episode 6 really dropped the ball. I know a lot of people like episode 6, like Jonathan Majors' portrayal of He Who Remains, and we're not going to talk about Jonathan Majors' personal life right now. I know there are a lot of things going on, there are a lot of things waiting to happen, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We'll talk about it in terms of what is Marvel going to do, but we're not going to discuss it outside of the MCU. That being said, even outside of that, I just didn't like his performance as He Who Remains. I thought it was really terrible. It just didn't work for me. The corniness, the over-the-topness, I get it, he's crazy, but didn't work for me. However, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, while I didn't like that film as much as I'd hoped, I did enjoy it somewhat, and I thought that Kang's character and portrayal in that movie was much better. So I was looking forward to see where the future of this character would go, considering that the next Avengers film, for now, is called The Kang Dynasty. That being said, some things came out about Jonathan Majors' personal life that have really put a hold on things, and I was even surprised to see, moving on to the trailer for Loki Season 2, that he was featured in it at all. I was wondering actually if he'd even be in it, if he'd be just cut out of it entirely, but no, he's in the trailer. We saw the post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in there. There's the looming presence of Kang, and I thought that, look, all the stuff aside, whether or not they recast him in the future, if something does come out, or whether or not they keep him, I think that Kang has a lot of potential still, and I'm very excited to see that they are finally pushing through the main storyline of the MCU. After Secret Invasion, which I liked, didn't love, but I liked enough to say that, I would really like Marvel to still experiment in these realms of other genres like the espionage thriller or WandaVision, the sitcom romantic comedy drama, but I also think that it's time for them to really push forward the Multiverse Saga, and that's why I'm really a little bit nervous for shows like Echo and Ironheart and Agatha Coven of Chaos, because I think they'll be good. Even Daredevil Born Again, even though I loved the original Netflix series, I'm worried that these shows were just going to feel superfluous. They're not going to feel important to the story, and at this point that's not what we need with the amount of projects that are coming out. So it is, in a weird way, refreshing to see a show that is very clearly pushing forward the main narrative of the MCU, which in something like a Phase 2 with Age of Ultron, we were not quite as thrilled about, because we were like, we're getting these individual projects that didn't seem to connect very well, but were quite good, like Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and so we just didn't care. And then Avengers: Age of Ultron tried to, set up the entire Infinity Saga, and we were like, it's a little much. So it's kind of weird how that dynamic has flipped. That being said, Loki Season 2, if Marvel has done anything right in the past 10, 15 years, and they've done a lot of things right, it's trailers. This trailer is phenomenal. The music behind the trailer, it captures that whimsy, that mischievousness of Loki. I love seeing Ke Quan, and yes, I'm not the biggest fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I applaud that film for going for it, and I think Ke Quan gave a great performance, and that first little bit of yes, no, can't fix it. I thought that was really funny, really clever, really on the nose. In a good way, though. Just very, you saw that joke coming, but it was very funny. He seems like he's going to be a great presence. Mobius and Loki having more conversations over food is amazing. Can't wait for that. The action looks great. Loki talking to Sylvie about having philosophical conversations about being gods and what that means if they get to decide whether people live or die. That's also really interesting. I think what this trailer did really well is capture all of the good elements from the series of Loki, what I really liked. And to be fair, I haven't really disliked a Marvel trailer in a good little bit, and the Loki Season 1 trailers were actually some of my absolute favorites because they captured what I thought the show had potential for. So at this point, I'm more expecting to be disappointed than not in these series, because none of them have stuck the landing really as well as, say, a WandaVision, for example. And even WandaVision, people complain about the finale. So we'll have to see, but I'm just excited. I'm always hopeful, I'm always optimistic, because while I think that I'm worried about the MCU, you can check out my last video on Secret Invasion, why I think the MCU has a big problem right now. It has some problems, but I think it has one massive problem. I do think that you know, I still hope for the best for every project. And I hope that Loki Season 2 delivers. I hope that it pushes forward the Multiverse Saga. And I can only hope with every project, the Marvels, Blade, whenever that's coming out, Cap 4, Thunderbolts, Agatha Coven of Chaos, all those shows, I can only hope that we're going to get a better picture of what's going on in Kevin Feige's head, because I'm sure he has a plan. I just don't know how tight of a grip he has on said plan. So we'll have to see. So I'm very excited for Loki Season 2. I probably shouldn't be, but hey, I'm dumb. I'm going to get my hopes up, and we'll see how it goes in October. Let me know your thoughts down below on Loki Season 2 and its trailer. What did you guys think of it? Are you excited for Loki Season 2? And I will see you guys in the next one.